2 weeks ago, on a foggy Friday night, me and my friends shot a horror short at a climbing gym. And it was awesome. Now to give a little bit of a backstory, BHive Bouldering Gym has been celebrating Halloween for the past couple of years. There's climbing in costume, cool decorations, fun games, and last year there was even a magic show. And it's definitely one of my favorite events of the year because it again blends two things that I love, climbing and Halloween. And a few weeks ago, my close friend Jolo, one of the managers of BHive, asked if I wanted to help him and Ivan shoot a horror teaser to help promote this year's Block Monsters event. And in my head, I was like, climbing, filmmaking, and Halloween? Yes to all three, please. So follow along as I tell you about how things went down, what gear we used, how we executed Jolo's vision with a mix of pre-planning and on-the-spot creativity to accomplish some cool shots like this and this. So go check out the original version in all of its uncropped cinematic glory first. I'll post a link in the description box below, and then come back. Please. So a week before the shoot, me and Ivan hopped into a Zoom meeting with Jolo where he shared to us his vision and concept, and we discussed some ideas on how to bring all of this to life. It would be a 1-minute short about a climber, infected chalk, and a horde of zombies. Where else? At a climbing gym. Jolo also wanted that Goosebumps 90s B-movie aesthetic, which I was very much happy to try to recreate or edit in post. So I prepared my 3 nanlite tube lights and a tripod. Of course, my main camera is my FX3 with the Sony 24-70 f2.8 GM Mark II. I was also debating whether to bring my manual contact size 50mm f1.4, but knowing that we'd be shooting after hours and might have limited time, I decided it would be smarter to just use autofocus for this project. I also brought my Rode mic for capturing audio, small HD monitor to check exposure, extra batteries, and I brought in one additional camera, my Sony a6000 with a Sigma 16mm f1.4, which I use to capture the behind the scenes through this little rig setup that I have here. And if you're interested in how I put this together, let me know in the comments. And lastly, I always bring a cleaning kit because it gets pretty chalky in the gym, and chalk and camera gear don't really mix well, like coffee and sugar. I said what I said. Alright, fast forward to shoot day. So I got there around 9 PM to prepare, and we all got briefed on the shoot around 10 PM when the gym was finally closed. And it was just us, our lead actress Jenix, and our zombie horde. We had a shot list, and I did make a rough storyboard, but Jolo let us have a lot of creative freedom during the shoot, which really sparked a lot of fun ideas and made the set more enjoyable. And although me and Ivan had different gear, he was shooting with a Sony a6700 with a Sigma 10-18 f2.8. We both shot at S-Log3 so I could match the footage in post, and it actually wasn't as hard as I initially thought. Not perfect, I'm not an expert, but close enough. So the shots that we got to play around with was the zombie transformation. And I had this idea during our meeting where we could use liquid chalk, slap it to someone's face, wait for it to dry, and then speed it up in post to get that transformation effect. Very practical, and it ended up looking super cool. I also played around with moving my tube lights by waving it on a tripod to give that pulsing, eerie glow and try to help sell that transformation more. And another great shot we got to do was this POV shot that was Ivan's idea. We practiced it a few times, and when we got to shooting it with Jolo's Amaran 300C with the red light, it ended up being my favorite shot in the entire short because it just immerses you in the scene and makes you feel like you're actually being chased, or in this case, that you're a zombie chasing someone to eat their flesh. So we shot for about 2 hours, big props to Genix and all the zombies. They did amazing, and it was such a fun set. I had to keep myself from laughing until the end of a take because there were so many little unexpected funny moments during our shoot.
Are we still in frame? How's that?
So after the shoot, I got home. It was about past midnight, and I slept. Who are we kidding? I started editing the entire thing. I just couldn't help myself. And the editing went by really fast actually. I was able to cut all the shots together, do a little bit of grading, added a tiny film grain, of course added music and sound effects, and I sent that to Jolo at about 4 or 5 in the morning, and then I went for a 5-day vacation. And when I got back, that's when I started working on the additional visual effects. So I added this radial blur and chromatic aberration to further sell the zombie chalk transformation. I trapped the liquid chalk bottle and added this radioactive warning sticker and tried to make it look like it was worn out, and finally animated this dripping effect on the Block Monsters logo. A big nod to Goosebumps. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching our behind the scenes. Comment below which part was your favorite in the short, or if you're a regular at BHive, if you recognize any of the zombies. And like and subscribe. I may have another horror short in the works. It's gonna be a recreation of one of the scenes from one of my favorite horror films that I saw this year. Try to make a guess. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!